Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in. Great to have you in here today. We can talk about some fantastic Disney treasure itineraries that are coming out. First and foremost, though, let's say hello to everybody that's in here right now. Stevie Lee, how's it going? Triton's now in the house. Does that mean I don't have to do a show anymore because Triton's here? Elaine, welcome, man. Andy's here. Donna, Heidi. Jordan, it was so much fun. Yeah, Heidi, I don't think I got a whole lot today, to be honest, but it was a blast seeing you in action, though, as always. And same thing with Super Gem. Love Pugs, welcome in. Jill, how are you? I think I said Monorail Steve, but I can't remember. So Steve, if I didn't, then you can kick my butt later. Joshua, how you doing? Who am I missing here? Naktima, how are you today? We got Don. We got Explorer Jen's in the house as well too. So that means I definitely have to be on my best behavior, or else you might not buy me any more merchandise. Who we missing here? Did I get everybody? Andy's here. All right. So welcome in everybody. Walt, how you doing, sir? Thanks for joining in tonight. So I did the grand reveal live stream a couple nights ago, and wait, what's today? Today's Thursday? Yeah, Tuesday. So now let's talk about the itineraries. And I'm sad that I can't go on the first one, which is disappointing. And I got to tell you, the Disney Treasure is a lot more expensive than the cruise ships that are out right now, with the Disney cruises. So let's get right into it here really quickly. So the maiden voyage is scheduled for December the 31st. Sorry, December 21st of 2024. Let's get those dates right. So it's doing a 7 night Eastern Caribbean cruise from Port Canaveral. So December 21st to the 28th. So we're looking at Tortola and the British Virgin Islands, St. Thomas. I think Explorer Jen loves St. Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. Hey there, James. How you doing, buddy? Cheers. Thanks for coming in. Inside stateroom. This is going to blow everybody out of the water. So I'm going to give the U.S. currency exchange plus the plus Canadian, since I'm up here in Canada. But we're looking at $8,773 for an inside stateroom. It's crazy. But again, it's a maiden voyage, so you're always going to expect to pay those higher prices. Canadian currency flip over, you're looking at just shy of $12,000 Canadian. So definitely a big jump there. If you want an ocean view room that's going to have just one of those tinier verandas or balcony, you're looking at just shy of $9,500. The nice veranda, and again, that ocean view one also could be a porthole as well too. The veranda, probably the one that I usually go onto, which is right deck 10, right at the back of the ship. We are looking at some. That one's $11,279. If you want to kick it up a notch, you want to go concierge style, and you really want to do it, you're looking at $24,957. And when you look at these prices, you're typically looking at this being for a party of two, for two guests. So this is typically what you're looking at. So again, this is going to be the maiden voyage. It's a 7 night, so Saturday to Saturday, December 21st to December 28th of 2024. There's one kicker here, though. There's no Lighthouse Point. Why would you not put Lighthouse Point in, especially with a new cruise ship that's coming out? Seems kind of baffling to me, but that's just my take on it personally. The other one that's going to be doing is the Western Caribbean cruise. So the West will consist of, and again, there's no Lighthouse Point. AAU. Oh, AAU, what do you want? The Taj Mahal of staterooms here, I think I saw here. Can you book concierge room and charge it to the Bear Shark? Absolutely, we can do that. We'll just make sure that Jen's not listening right now, because then we can get away with it. We'll find a way, but we'll work on it. Okay? But yeah, so the Western Caribbean cruise itinerary, Again, these are all Saturday to Saturday. Um, they've got cruises so far as up to the end of May, from what I'm seeing here. But you're looking anywhere between like in an inside room, $3,800 for an inside stateroom. Again, they're not going to be overly big, but $3,800 I think is quite a bit. An ocean view. Hey Patrick, how you doing, buddy? Welcome on in. Um, Ocean view, just shy of $4,300. A veranda, $5,000, and concierge is $11,154. Hey Michael, how you doing, sir? Jackie, how are you? Welcome in. Um, so some crazy prices. But again, this is anticipated because it is a new ship that is coming out. So I guess that's just the nature of the beast. So definitely for sure taking over the Disney Fantasy itinerary. As the Bear Shark knows and everyone knows, I love my extended verandas. Hey Mike Beachman, how you doing, buddy? Um, so I know for those ones there, definitely be paying top dollar for. Um, if you are looking at booking the cruise itself, hey Mike Wheeler, how you doing, buddy? Um, yeah, but if you're looking at booking the cruise and whatnot over the Christmas time, U.S. Thanksgiving, March break, you're going to be paying a lot higher prices. That's just a given. At the end of the day, they know that people are going to pay those prices. Hey there, Kate. How are you? Welcome in. So yeah, it's just it's a lot of money. But again, it's anticipated it's a new ship, so they're going to have to make sure they pay for it somehow. Uh, oh, Heidi, that's a good one. Got to make sure you treat the angels. That's right. That's right. Next thing you know, Jen will be booking a cruise, and then Dave will find out after the fact. And Dave's not invited. Dave's got to stay home with Bella. But yeah, so it's just some crazy prices. Am I going to be booking one? Absolutely. Am I going to be booking it for next year? No. I'm going to wait, obviously, till the new year of 2025 and strategically plan it based on the pricing because it's going to have some good bucks behind it, regards to what you're paying. So yeah, that's my take on so far with what I see for pricing. And again, like I'm really disappointed to see that it's not going to Lighthouse Point. I figured for sure it would have done that. Whether it dropped off one of its port of calls. Um, Personally, I would think if it's in the Western Caribbean cruise, I would say drop off that Grand Cayman port. Oh, Heidi. Oh, okay. Davis Security. Oh. um, yeah, but I would think drop off. Like to eliminate that the Grand Cayman. Um, when it's in the Eastern Caribbean, my thing is drop off Tortola. Again, it's a bit of a hike and that sort of thing, but I think it's 2 days. Like I've done the East and the West, and it's quite a hike to get down. I think it's about 2 days. So, Triton, you never know, buddy. That is a good possibility. Yeah, that's a great possibility where that could happen. But you just never know. But again, paying that kind of top dollar is going to be absolutely insane. So yeah, get out those credit cards or however you're planning on paying for it. Contact Jen and Dave. They'll book one for you. And yeah, so yeah. Again, I'll book it to have the experience for sure, because I think that's going to be important just to experience it. And again, you got to find those key days of when, or the key time frame of when it's not going to cost as much. Lisa, M and family, welcome in. Um, so yeah, itineraries. Again, any new ship that comes in, it always comes into Port Canaveral. That's just been the continuous theme that they've had so far. And like they did with the Disney Wish when the Disney Fantasy first came out, it came in there as well. So it'd be yeah, where the fantasy's going, I have a feeling that one's going to be heading down to go to do the Australia, New Zealand, Peru, that sort of those sort of cruises. But again, it's Disney. You just never know what's going to go. KK, how you doing? Welcome in. So I'm excited. Heidi, you're not allowed to leave. That's just unacceptable. Jill. I found that doing a guaranteed category. That's true, Jill. It does. Yeah. If you definitely do a guaranteed stateroom, yeah, they could put you anywhere on the ship, based on a certain category. Um, and yeah, then definitely you're paying a lot less, as they're picking for you. So the unfortunate part is you don't always find out right away. So in regards to where you're going to be, I'm a tyrant. I boss Dave around. Uh oh, Jen, are you bossing Dave around right now? um, but yeah, that's my take so far with these itineraries. Let's remove some of the ports of call. Let's go to Lighthouse Point. I mean, that would be a smart move for Disney to do. Castaway and Lighthouse Point. There's definitely that wiggle room where they can do it no problem. Because right now there's no cruise ship that's going to be, as far as I'm aware of, I'll do some double checking, but I don't think there's right now a ship that's going to Lighthouse Point on a Friday. So they could probably switch some things around where the Treasure could go to Castaway on the Thursday and then hit up Lighthouse Point on the Friday. That's my take. Um, Ethan, they do change things around with the ships where they will have the Disney Dream, that will do some of the European cruises. Um, so stay tuned for that. The itinerary should be on the Disney Cruise website, but definitely you can always reach out to Jen and Dave as well too. And if you're looking for some pricing there, that can help out. But it's all about timing of year, right? So the Disney Wonder will do Alaska from May until September, and then it flips over and it will do go out of California and out of San Diego, and or even out of Galveston, Texas, and it will do some itineraries out of there, do the Panama Canal and that sort of thing. So, yeah. And when this class is ship as well too, between the Disney Wish and the Disney Treasure, there still is one more ship in that fleet as part of the Triton class. No, Triton, it's not named after you. It's just get that out there. um, so we'll have to see what happens. Oh, geez. Jen yelled at me about using her account. um, Michael, will there be a price drop? And that's a kicker. And that's going to be the fun thing, is trying to find out to see what Disney's going to do when it comes to booking group cruises or multiple cruises. Do I think they're going to give a substantial discount? I don't know. I honestly don't think so. So, but again, you never know. Um, I could always go on the phone with Dave and we can make some phone calls to see what happens when the time comes. But Kate, I actually have StreamYards, and I'm also using a program called Ecamm. I know Dave has me set up on everything. So, oh boy, here we go. The Disney Shirtless Wonder. Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe Fantasy or Wish can go to Lighthouse Point. Ethan, next year, the Disney Fantasy will be going to Lighthouse Point. I've been checking out the Disney Wish itineraries so far, and I haven't seen that. But again, anything's possible. Things can change when you least expect it. So, like I have a cruise booked on the Disney Wish November of next year, and it's a Monday to a Friday cruise. And the Tuesday we're in Nassau, the Wednesday we're in Castaway, and then the Thursday we're at sea. So that very well could be a Lighthouse Point date. You just never know. Did I miss something, Wheeler? I don't know. I didn't see nothing. Kate? Oh, Kate sent a PayPal? Oh, I didn't even see it pop up. Sorry, Kate. My apologies. I didn't even see it come up. It didn't even come up on my Ecamm one either, or I didn't even see it come up on here. I'm going to have to get that fixed. Thank you, Kate. I really appreciate that. Actually, Kate's got my first one. Thank you, Kate. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. Definitely a lot. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have any fancy graphics or a PayPal song. So Dave, you're gonna have to do that for me. So, uh, thanks, Dave. Dave will work. You want what? Dave will probably have it done in a matter of like 2 minutes, if not. So, Kate, definitely thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Um, my question. So, does anyone have any questions so far about the Disney Treasure, or about or about the itinerary? Um, Again, I've done the Western Caribbean many times. I've done the Eastern many times. I'd like to see it go to Lighthouse Point. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have to book a cruise just to go to Lighthouse Point, because right now I don't have one booked. Oh, Jill, I can do this. Please stand by. Justin, how are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Hopefully that jingle came through. I hope. Pretty please. Um, hey, you, can you stop yelling at me? Like I'm like sensitive here. I tell you. Hold on. I will take a look right now. I got on my smartphone. There we go. You like that PayPal jingle there? Yeah, we'll use that one. So that means I got to play it 3 times. So hold on one more. I got to play it 2 more times. So Andy, thank you for the PayPal as well too. I appreciate that. Got 2 there, and actually third one, Eric Riddle. Oh, AAU. Here, we'll do this. Here we go. So that'll be my PayPal tune there, and somehow I will get Dave to make that because it's cruising. So I'll make him do some sort of fancy magic in the background. So we'll get it done that way there. So thank you AAU, thank you Kate, thank you Andy for the PayPal. Definitely appreciate it very much. Definitely, not required, but definitely appreciate it. So thank you. Um, yeah, Jill, I agree, and Kate's the jingle there I think is perfect for it, especially since it's I always look forward to those announcements. I always wait that I'm like, yes, excitement. So thank you everybody. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, it's shaking your headphones. So that means should I do it again, Andy? um, yeah. So Disney Treasure again. It's going to be something different to see. I'm really curious to see what the inside is actually going to look like as well too. So, um, actually walking around the ship, and it's nice that it's 7 days. So at least you're getting a full. You're going to be able to enjoy it to the fullest. I think is what it boils down to. So, Dave, aka the Bear Shark, aka producer, aka a superhero, aka oh, I can't say the other one. That would be too much. Yeah, super husband, super dad, and really good at vacuum sealing fudge. That's the truth. Um, so yeah, so 7 days on the Disney Treasure is great. You actually get to walk around, you get to explore the ship, and keep in mind those ports of call. If you've been to them before, You don't actually have to get off the ship. You can actually enjoy it and walk around. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy it, film stuff, soak it in, and see when I book another one. Now, here's the kicker. So, I actually had a placeholder in place that I had got on the Disney Fantasy last year. I can't use it for the Disney Treasure because I have to use mine by November 16th of 2024. And unfortunately, you can't use a placeholder on a maiden voyage or blackout dates. So that's one thing. If you're looking at booking a cruise and you do have a discount, well, some cruise lines, I know Disney will not allow it. So and I try to get mine transferred over to my Disney Wish cruise that I have. They wanted to cancel my Disney Wish cruise and then reapply other discounts I have already plus the deposit I had to put down as well too. And I'm like, that's just too much of a headache. And I wouldn't be guaranteed the rate that I paid for when I first did my booking. So that's one thing I always say. If you have a placeholder, you want to make sure that you make the phone call to call it in. And or, I know Steve is going to have this in here pretty quick. You can reach out to Dave and Jen and they can just give them your reservation number and then they can book a placeholder for you. But those have to be called in. You can't do it by logging into like your account online and trying to book it that way. Either has to be called in or travel agent will have to do it for you. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so I'm just waiting to get my money back from Disney Cruise Line on that. I canceled that the other day. Yeah. Dave, when do you behave? Yeah, so that was kind of disappointing. So yeah, Jill, yeah, you have to do it. Yeah, when you do book your cruise, you're gonna have to do it at that point in time. Because you already have because the reservation number has all the details in it related to the discounts and that you've already paid the $250 deposit. It's all in there already. So that has to be called in order to take that. And then whatever the deposit should be, you'll just have to top up to for that deposit. And then again, you'll get the 10% discount. So keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah. So Disney Treasure Itineraries taking over the Disney Fantasy, which is what has been communicated already, which is fantastic. It'd be nice if hopefully it might do some Bermuda. Maybe it'll swing around there. I know the Disney Fantasy actually the Disney Fantasy was supposed to be doing that an itinerary starting this Saturday. But and I know Dave can correct me on this one here, or even AAU, with the tropical storm Lee, I think it is. That's supposed to bump up to a hurricane. That's actually supposed to be going over the Bermuda area. So they've actually rerouted the Disney Fantasy. So, yeah, so it's going to go to Cozumel, Mexico instead. It's going to go to the Cayman Islands. And then it's actually going to be Castaway for 2 days, a Thursday and a Friday. So that'll be pretty cool. But it's anticipated with the storms that this kind of stuff is going to happen. But Dave, if you're going to ride a roller coaster at sea, are you going to do the Aqua Mouse or Aqua Duck? I don't know if you. I don't know if you did that or not. I'll stand corrected. I don't know. But I think. Oh yeah, and that one doesn't go over the water. Just goes high though. It's right on the top deck at the back of the ship. Hurricane Lee will be a Cat 5. Fantastic. Jill, that is a bummer you had to cash that out because 10% would have been better deal than. Yeah, that's true, Jill. Yeah, and again, even if I wanted to apply it to my Disney Wish cruise, I think would have been paying about $1,200 or so more, if not more than what I had originally paid for when the itineraries were first released in June. So it's a kick in the butt. I did get some really good discounts already on this cruise, so I really can't complain. I think my end all be all payment for it, I think, is like just over $1,000. So it was like a $4,000 cruise that I'm getting for $1,000. So I really can't complain. Yeah, it would have been nice to see Dave go on the Aqua Mouse. Um, But yeah. So I don't know if anyone has any questions at all when it comes to the Disney Treasure at all. There's going to be more to come out for it as time progresses. When I was talking on Tuesday with the grand reveal, I talked about some of the different restaurants going to be on board, the adult beverage areas to go to. And again, I'm surprised that they didn't talk about Hatbox Ghost or like the Haunted Mansion. I'm really, really disappointed. So, yeah, not what I was expecting on that one there. And I think a lot of people were disappointed with that. Um, Here's the other thing, too. The second set of the funnels were actually delivered on Monday, I believe it was. Um, that appeared. So, again, it's a step in the right direction. It's making some progress. Well, when you're on the pool deck, you can take your shirt off. When you're in your stateroom, you can take your shirt off. Everywhere else, you got to wear a shirt. You can wear flip flops. You can wear shorts. The 7 night itineraries, though, they do have a captain's night, so they will have a dress to impress night, which is usually on the Sunday night, and then they'll do a casual dress on the Thursday night, the day at sea. So, again, it's a lot of fun. And you can always go on a Halloween cruise and you can get dressed up in a costume. And if part of your attire is no shirt, then I guess it is what it is. Um, but if you can, definitely take advantage of the Halloween at the high seas, or even the Very Merry Christmas as well too. Those are absolutely fantastic cruises. They deck them all out. If it's a Halloween one, the kids get to go trick or treating on the ship. There's 5 spots that they go to, and I tell you, you want candy? Parents, your kids are going to be on sugar highs all night. There's like 5 stations to go to, and they use the really big scoops, and they just take 2 big dumpfuls of candy and they toss it in there. So it's going to be quite interesting. Um, Jill Train, I forgot you like shirtless. Your dress Crocs. I'm afraid, Dave, to ask you which ones those are. Yeah, I don't know if those are your block ones. Are those your 50th ones? I don't know. Or are they those hot pink fuzzy ones? um, but yeah, so Disney Treasure Itineraries. And again, itineraries are always subject to change, so keep that in mind as well too. Um, I appreciate it. And you want to, Kate, and everyone has their, whether, if you get the seasickness or it's that fear of being on the water, there are a lot of ways that you can, leading up to getting on the ship, especially the day of. The day of is usually the harder day. It could lead into day two when you're at sea, like when you're getting your sea legs. But I would say things like Dramamine will always help out. Um, so downstate Dramamine up here in Canada, we use gravel. They can get you can get the patches behind the ears, and a lot of people wear the bracelets as well too. Um, and or My sister-in-law actually gets her first. She's always rough on the first night, so she actually gets a Granny Smith apple, and it's fantastic. But yeah, no, I agree with Dave. Go on a short 3 night cruise. That way, at least you get a feel for it to see what it's like. That way, then you can see if you want to jump on and do a longer one, like a 4 night, a 5 night, or a 7 night, or even if you want to do the transatlantic one as well too, which I think is 11 to 14 days if I'm not mistaken. Um, Mike, they must have deck 11 with a Michael. They got a lot of deck. They have a lot of round tables on deck 11. JG, how you doing? Welcome in. Uh, yeah, and you want to? I agree with Dave there. Definitely jump on one where you can go. Spend a little bit less money. That way, then at least you can enjoy it, and that way you're not going to be feeling too rough, right? So, and again, Not everyone will feel the same thing when they're going on the cruise as well too. So everyone's going to be different. But if you can do those sort of things, it definitely helps out. Do. Oh, you want, yeah, Lisa, there's always so much stuff that's going on the ship. You know, like Dave said, it's a floating city. There's always so much that's going on the ship that you're you're gonna forget that you're not anywhere close to land, right? So yeah, do the shorter one to start off with, enjoy it. But again, and I know that Steve will drop in the information or whatnot, but reach out to Dave and Jed, and they can help you plan that. Pay less for it. Just experience it, whether it's like doing NASA or their private island, then you can do that. AAU, I've been on three of the inaugural ones. I definitely wanted to do this one as well too, but dropping a dime of or what they want to charge, it's like, oh boy. Oh, Heidi's back. um, but yeah, the inaugural ones are a lot of fun, and Triton, typically what they do with the inaugural ones, they'll run them for about a year, from the first sailing. So they'll have, hopefully, if you get it close enough to when the ship actually comes out, you can still get some of that inaugural cruise merchandise as well too if you want it. Um, but as some others have experienced so far, you're not going to get some of that as it's coming winding down to the end. So that's an unfortunate part as well too. Um, oh, Lisa, you want to know what? Dave has a fear of heights, and it was great seeing him on the cruise. He had nothing whatsoever. I like to tease him on the Disney Wish sitting at a round table when he thought it was going to fall off the side of the edge. That was fun. Do. Jill, if you go on a gambling cruise, that's actually true, and that's one thing as well too is that you will not find a casino on a Disney cruise ship. They do things like bingo, where they'll have like money that you can win and whatnot, but they do not have cruise ships whatsoever. And you're right, Heidi. It will end up at Character Warehouse as well too, and Jill. um, Stevie Lee, I have a fear of everything. Don't have any fears. Just get a few adult beverages inside your system, and you're good to go. The bear shark. Just get a free cruise on the Treasure. Oh boy. No, I'll try for that one first, and I'll take Dave with me. Let's see here, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, and a lot of the cruise lines they do have the gambling ones. But yeah, again, I mean, it's your choice if you want to go into it or not, or if you just want to sit on the deck, have a couple of cocktails, or just roam around the ship, right? So enjoy that. I'm like Dave, Mikey, we got to get Bear Shark doing the zip line on on the next cruise ship that he goes on if it has it. So, in a nutshell, guys, that's a bit of on the Disney Treasure itineraries. Again, disappointment, no Lighthouse Point. It's going to Castaway, but again, Castaway, and here's a kicker. I did reach out to one of the senior members over at DCL, and I did mention that they got to make Castaway more Disney than what it is. And I said, with how many I've done, with how many times I've been to Castaway, and again, agreeing with what David said, it's kind of a little bit, a bit of a letdown in that sense where it's not as much. So they definitely have to have some more for sure, and that way at least they can make it, do some more Disney stuff on the island as well too. That that families can enjoy. That's what it's there for, right? So again, if you are looking at booking the Disney Treasure, itinerary dates do open up starting next week. If I get to 100K subscribers by next cruise, I will do zipline. Oh, you can do it before that, Dave. Dave, do it at 25K. Um, But no, so if you're looking at doing the itineraries, here's I'll give that recap as well too on that. Booking actually opens for the general public September 20th at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's if you're calling into the call center to do it, or if you have a travel agent doing it for you. 8 o'clock in the morning. If you book online, you can do it as early as 7:30 in the morning. So if you're a Pearl member, you can book at September the 12th. If you're a Platinum member, September the 13th. If you are a Gold member, September the 14th. If you are a Silver member, it's September the 19th. So there's a 5-day gap there between when you can actually book it. Okay. And then again, the general public will then open up on the 20th. Right. Okay. So keep that in mind. Again, if you want to book it online as early as 7:30 in the morning, but if you do want to get a travel agent to do it for you, or if you want to call in and do it, then you're looking at 8 o'clock in the morning is when it's going to open. But I will tell you this, as I do have a note, the note on here, and it says, due to anticipated high call volume, we encourage you to book online or contact your travel agent. Dave will book it for you. Yeah, so there's a bit of a breakdown on the Treasure there for the itineraries. Again, right now they have it starting next week and book it right up until the end of May. Is what they have so far. So stay tuned for more. Maybe itineraries will change. You just never know. Jill, 20 months out, we can wait to book for spring 2025. Yeah, so you can actually, so Jill, next week if you wanted to, you could even book it, or if you wanted to wait until, look a little bit after that. I have a feeling the Treasure is going to go pretty quick. Just from some others that I've spoken to, whether it's on IG or text message, a lot of people said they're going to be waiting for that booking date to open up, and that way they can book it. So we had 20 months, and that's great too, is that because all you have to do is put down a deposit. You don't have to put down the full amount right away. So that's definitely an added bonus as well too. And then just pay it off every so often to put money towards it until it's done. But keep in mind though, there is going to be that crucial date though when you have to have it paid off by, or they cancel your reservation. So keep that in mind as well too, that they will potentially cancel it if it's not paid in full by in time. But if you book it through a travel agent, then rock and roll from, they can help you out. Or if you book it through Disney, then you can do it directly with them to see what they can do. Will you? I can keep track of everything, Jill. That's no problem. I'm like an elephant. I remember everything for the most part, except for what merch I'm getting from FPE. Yeah. So you're probably looking into January 2025, Jill, to have that might be paid for, and then you can start. And then again, depending on what your cruise status is, if you're silver, gold, platinum, or pearl, is when your booking window will open for excursions. So keep that in mind as well too. That you can get those booked in. And again, you don't pay for the excursions right away. Those are something that will get added to your onboard ship account. A tip for that, put some money towards, if you want to make sure you got money on your account. If you want to carry cash like I do, you can do that there. Or you can always prepay ahead of time and you start putting money down on your account. And that way then you have no worries. So there's a couple different options that way. Okay. Yeah, cruise ships can have lots of different areas. Let's see here, Kate here. Areas where you can't see the water. Oh yeah, there's lots of areas. Definitely when you're, yeah. Again, if you're in a restaurant, depends on where you're sitting. That's the other thing as well too. Depends on where you're sitting. So if you don't want to be so close to the, window, you can actually put in special requests. So that way you can kind of stay away from it. You can always get an inside stateroom as well too. And then they have like the little screens above the beds as well too, where you can turn it on and then you can kind of see like the captain's view, like the bridge view and whatnot if you want to do that. But yeah, just stay inside the ship, roam around. But the benefit is though too, Kate, is that there is plexiglass that does come up on the sides of the ship as well too. So you don't have to worry about having that fear that you're going to fall off or anything. So you're definitely safe that way there. So, do 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 do. Jill, you and Mike are silver status. So once you hit your second cruise, or shoot, once you complete your first cruise, you actually get a castaway number. So both you and Michael will have one, and then you can when you do your booking. So if you want to book for the itineraries coming up when they first release them, or when they first release, September 19th is when you can book. But again, either A, you can get Dave to do a give him your placeholder number, or you can yeah, or you can call it in yourself. So options are. I think we'll have to. Yeah, yeah. It was 90 days before, but that was also part of But again, it depends on your. Yeah, I think everyone's to do it at the same time. So typically it is 100 sorry, 90 days. I've seen some at 120 days prior. So we'd have to keep a check on that. Say if we get me to 500 subscribers, the producer of your partner channel does the zip line. Hey, I think that's a great idea. I'm at 324 right now, I think. So if we can get up there, then absolutely. And you want to know what? I will zip line with Dave. I will zip line with Dave. Done deal. We'll figure it out. We'll go from there. Yeah. So there's the treasure, guys. I will have more information as it does come available. I'm looking for some, more of the construction updates of the ship itself. Definitely wanting to get my hands on those. So, all 325 on your screen. Fantastic. Mine hasn't updated yet. Sorry. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate that. If it's in 5 minutes. No, Dave, that's not going to happen. Unless everyone cheers it out right now and says, hey, subscribe. I need 175 more. But yeah, more to come. And as soon as I get everything, I will share it for sure. And no, Michael, you got to come up too. You got to do zipline as well too. That's just a given. I know. If HM was here, we could probably get her to do the zipline with us for sure. She's an adventure person like that. So, but yeah, stay tuned. I am going to post some pictures that I do have of some other stuff right now for the Disney Treasure. So stay tuned for that. I'll have them probably posted within the next hour or so. And you can take a look at those. And again, these are some of the pictures of the inside of the renderings of the inside of the ship and what some of the concepts will look like. So stay tuned for that. Either Dave, we're going to get you on a zip line. If I have to get you a lot of Sunken Treasures or Malibu and Rum, that's what we're going to do. So, okay, that's acceptable, Jill. We'll let Mike have a hard pass on that. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you everyone for joining me this evening. I definitely appreciate it. Again, there's the insight on the itineraries for the Disney Treasure. And again, things are always subject to change, so stay tuned for that. And as soon as that information is shared, I'll share it with everybody else. If I get any more insight of some construction updates of the ship as well too, I will definitely share that as well. And that way everyone can enjoy them. And yeah, thank you for joining me this evening, everybody. Definitely appreciate it. Here in Vegas, we have a zip line from 112. Oh, Michael, I'd be all over that. All over that, Michael. Done deal. So until next time, as Dave would call me, JJ, I'm not going to share what that means. If you want to ask, you can ask Dave. And yeah, thanks for coming out to join Jordan's Disney Adventures. And next time I might have something new. It's called Jordan's Disney Juice. Think about that one. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight, and we will see you Lido. Okay, Mikey, here you go. JC, thanks for coming in. No worries. Hello and goodbye. And as everyone else, we'll see you Lido. Good night, everybody.